Now, in 1962, the Supreme Court outlawed prescribed prayer in schools, and that was a strange case because it didn't actually outlaw prayer. What it did was to say that a prayer could not be written by the state legislature and imposed on the schools. That's all it decided. And I debated with the Attorney General of Massachusetts, who later became one of their senators, that didn't apply to Massachusetts, and he admitted I was right in principle, but wrong in practice. He said it's time we used any excuse we can find to get prayers out of the schools. Anyway, in 1962, the Supreme Court outlawed prescribed prayers. In 1963, the Supreme Court outlawed the Lord's Prayer and Bible reading in public schools. And it's gotten tighter and tighter until now, teaching morality or religion in any form. There's even been some question about the possibility of outlawing Christmas programs, but the Supreme Court has now held that that's part of the culture. Isn't that an interesting rationale? Because that was an established part of the culture, it cannot be eliminated. And so there is a need for some direct action. Daniel Webster describes the founder's traditional goal. He says, unborn ages, bottom of 19, unborn ages and visions of glory crowd upon my soul. The realization of all which, however, is in the hands and good pleasure of Almighty God. But under His divine blessing, it will be dependent on the character and virtues of ourselves and of our posterity. If we and they shall live always in the fear of God and shall respect His commandments, we may have the highest hope of the future fortunes of our country. It will have no decline and fall. It will go on prospering. But if we and our posterity reject religious instruction and authority, violate the rules of eternal justice, trifle with the injunctions of morality, and recklessly destroy the political constitution which holds us together, no man can tell how sudden a catastrophe may overwhelm us that shall bury all our glory in profound obscurity. Should that catastrophe happen, let it have no history. Let the horrible narrative never be written. Unfortunately, unless the present generation of American leadership returns to fundamental values, that history is being written right now. Now that's our challenge. So will you put this little book where it won't get lost or gather dust, because we've kind of gone through it now. And every once in a while read those great statements of the founders, and when somebody tells you the founding fathers wanted to separate the church from the states and the schools, you say, would you like to hear what Thomas Jefferson said our schools ought to be doing? Like having religion taught right in the classroom by the professor to any members of his particular faith, having all the churches invited on campus or nearby to come and study religion. Then if people say, but why? What's the advantage of having them study religion? You should immediately have the answer. The founders said that religion and morality was the foundation of all good government and of our society if it is to survive. And I know if we all combine, do our part, with God's help, we're going to win. That's our challenge, to win. Thank you.